In this lesson, let's learn about showing a loading indicator. So by the way, if you have noticed this URL, you see I have a long URL, user edit something. So don't be confused. I was working in another application using the same localhost, and that's the reason it is here, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, beautiful. Now let's go back to our project. Let's add one more field in the state. Let's add loading set loading equals to use state. Okay, and by default the loading will be false. Okay, so the default value is false. So when we face the news, while it's happening, we want to set the loading to true, right? Okay, so set loading true. However, when we get the data, then we need to set it to false, right? So set news, we can wrap this in a parenthesis. Okay, so it's going to be more than one. So set news data.hits comma set loading, it's going to be false. Okay, so in the beginning it's true, but when we get the data, then we set it to false. And that is pretty much all we need to do. Now we can come back to our return method here, and we can show the loading based on its state. Okay, so if it is true, we will show the loading indicator, otherwise nothing will be shown. Okay, so right after this news, let me put here loading. If it is true, I would like to show h2 loading. Okay, otherwise nothing. Okay, beautiful. This way you can show the loading indicator based on the data. We have data or no. All right, so let's come here, let's give it a refresh. Okay, you see loading for very brief milliseconds, and then we have the data. That means I have a very good internet speed at the moment. Okay, let's try. Okay, for very brief second you see. Okay, so that's beautiful. You saw how you could enhance this application further, adding few more values in the state and controlling the behavior, setting the loading here to true, here to false, and based on that you can show the loading spinner, loading text, whatever, however you like. All right, so this is pretty cool, right? So are you loving React hooks so far? If not, just wait for the next lesson. Okay, we're not going to do any coding in the next lesson, but we're going to simplify our code one step further so that it is very readable. Okay, so I'll see you in the next lesson, which is going to be very short but cool. All right, I'll see you. Thank you.